This video is a follow-on from a previous video about how to create return orders or how to send parts back in Garage Hive. And I want to explore the scenario in which the return order doesn't match the credit note from the supplier. Now, there's two ways that this can happen. You send 10 parts back on a return order and the supplier only sends a credit for 5 of those parts, and then you've still got 5 parts on a return order. Or you send 2 separate return orders to a supplier and then they end up combining it on a single credit note. In this example, we're going to combine 2 return orders to a single credit note. So if I just go to my return orders, you see I've got 2 returns here for Parts Direct. I'm going to open one up and you'll see here that I've got return quantity to ship as 1 and quantity to invoice as 1. So in the previous video, I made it quite clear that when the supplier picks the part up, you have to tell the system that those parts have gone back to the supplier. And to do this, you open the return order, select process, post, and simply select ship. Now, the reason this is important is because this is what's going to maintain your stock levels. And now this item is going to be out of stock. But more importantly, from this return order, you can see that it's been shipped, but it's not yet been invoiced. And then likewise on the second one, I'm just going to do the exact same thing. So I go process, post, ship, and we've got return quantity shipped, return quantity invoice 1. So now I've got 2 parts that have gone back to Parts Direct. Fast forward and Parts Direct send a credit note down that has both these parts on. So neither of these match the document. If I was to open this up and try and make this match the credit note that I've received from the supplier, well, you can see I've actually got 1 part missing. I can't add the second part to this return order because it's not going to be in stock because it was shipped on the other return order. So what do? So to solve this, you go to purchasing and you go to purchase credit memos. So we're going to create a new credit memo. We'll select the supplier Parts Direct. And now we need to find those items that we've sent back to the supplier, but there's a really easy way to do this. So from the lines menu, if you select more options, functions, and I recommend again that you pin this, get return shipment lines. This is going to show me both the parts that I've actually sent back. Well, in actual fact, it's going to show me all of the parts that I've sent back to that supplier that we're still awaiting a credit for. So all I do at this point, I'm going to select both of these actually, and I press OK. And then it adds both of the parts to the credit memo, and it also tells me which shipment they were sent back on. So we've got shipment 11 and we've got shipment 12. It's brought the values through. So now all I need to do is put the credit memo number in. So this is the document number. We need to make sure the document date matches the date on the credit memo. And now all I do is post this document. So I go to posting, post. Do you want to post the credit memo? Yes, I do. I don't want to view it. I don't need to. So now if we go back to the return orders, we can see that this has been shipped and invoiced. Now it's entirely possible that you sent 2 parts back on this return order and 1 part on the other return order, but they only combined 1 of the parts of each return order. So it could be that there is another item still sat here that you're still waiting the credit note for, but you've got a very good record of that. But now in this case, this document's dealt with, so we can very simply just delete the document. Likewise with the other return order, we can see it's been returned and it's been invoiced. So we don't need this document anymore. We can just delete this document. So that's how you can combine 2 separate return orders, and it's the exact same process to actually split return orders. So this allows you to have, you can have 1 return order for a supplier and just have all the parts on there, or you can have several return orders for the 1 supplier and combine or split those return orders using the method that I've just stated. If you've got any questions, please let me know.